Ever felt like a ghost at a party? Like no matter what you say or do, people just don't seem to notice you? It's like you have an invisibility cloak, right? Well, the truth is, you might be unknowingly sending out signals that scream, "Ignore me." Welcome to today's video 10 subconscious things you do that make others ignore you. Let's dive in and laugh at ourselves a bit, shall we? Let's start with something simple but powerful: avoiding eye contact. Did you know that studies show eye contact increases feelings of connection and trust? It's like a superpower for social interactions. According to research published in the journal Psychological Science, maintaining eye contact for just a few seconds can significantly boost your likability. Think of it as a shortcut to making friends. But when you avoid it, people subconsciously perceive you as disinterested or unapproachable. It's like you're wearing an invisible "do not disturb" sign. And let's face it, if you're staring at the floor or the ceiling during a conversation, people might start wondering if you're trying to find an escape route, or maybe an imaginary spider. Or perhaps you're just really into ceiling tiles. Tip: practice holding eye contact for 3 to 5 seconds during conversations. It's not a staring contest, just a friendly gaze. Just don't overdo it. You're trying to connect, not win a staring contest. Unless, of course, you're training for the staring Olympics. Your tone of voice is crucial. Speaking too softly might signal insecurity, while being too loud can overwhelm or annoy others. A study from UCLA highlights that nonverbal communication, including vocal tone, accounts for up to 38% of how others perceive you. Striking the right balance conveys confidence and clarity. Speaking too softly can make others lean in like they're in a secret spy meeting. And speaking too loudly might make them wonder if you're trying to communicate with someone on the other side of the room. Tip: record yourself speaking and adjust your volume until it's just right. Think Goldilocks. Not too loud, not too soft, but just right. Funny story. There was once a whispering competition at a party. Everyone was so focused on whispering that no one could hear a thing. It turned into a hilarious game of charades. Your posture speaks volumes before you even open your mouth. Slouching can make you appear disinterested or even invisible. On the other hand, standing tall with your shoulders back signals confidence and draws people's attention. Research from Harvard Business Review shows that adopting power poses can influence how others perceive you, and even how you perceive yourself. Think about it. Slouching makes you look like a deflated balloon, while standing tall gives off superhero vibes. Do you want to be Clark Kent or Superman? Your choice. Tip: check in with your posture throughout the day. Imagine a string pulling you upward from the top of your head, and no, not like a puppet. Otherwise, you might end up looking like a question mark. Here's a modern-day culprit: being glued to your phone. When you're constantly scrolling, you're sending a clear message: I'm not interested in what's happening around me. A study in Computers and Human Behavior found that people who use their phones excessively in social settings are perceived as less engaged and less approachable. Seriously, unless you're texting Batman to save the city, your notifications can wait. Or maybe you're texting your cat to remind it to stay off the couch. People are more likely to ignore you if you're too busy ignoring them first. Tip: keep your phone in your pocket and make an effort to engage with those around you. Bonus: it might save you from walking into a lamppost. Interrupting might seem like a way to show enthusiasm, but it often backfires. It makes people feel unheard, leading them to disengage. Psychologists emphasize the importance of active listening, not just hearing, but fully understanding and responding to the other person's point of view. Interrupt too much, and you're not just in the conversation, you're hijacking it. Unless you're auditioning for a role as a professional interrupter, is that a thing? Take a step back. Tip: wait a couple of seconds after someone finishes speaking before responding. It shows you're truly listening and gives you time to avoid saying something ridiculous. Speaking of interruptions, have you heard the joke about the interrupting cow? You say, "Interrupting cow who?" and the cow goes, "Moo." It's funny, but in real life, constant interruptions are no laughing matter. Crossed arms, fidgeting, or looking away can make you seem closed off. These micro-cues often happen subconsciously, but they have a huge impact. A study from Princeton University found that people form impressions of you within milliseconds based on your body language. Think of your body language as your personal billboard. Are you advertising friendly and approachable or do not disturb? Nobody wants to approach a human version of a closed door. Tip: adopt open body language. Keep your arms uncrossed, face people directly, and nod occasionally to show interest. Resist the urge to fold up like a lawn chair. And remember, you don't want to look like a grumpy cat who just got its tail stepped on. Apologizing excessively can signal a lack of confidence. While it's important to take responsibility when you're wrong, overdoing it makes your words lose weight. Research from the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology shows that unnecessary apologies can make others see you as less competent. If you're saying sorry every 5 seconds, people might start wondering if you accidentally stepped on their emotional toes. Spoiler alert, you didn't. Tip: save your apologies for when they truly matter. Replace phrases like, "I'm sorry for bothering you" with, "Thank you for your time." See? Magic. And remember, if you find yourself apologizing to inanimate objects, it might be time to dial it back a bit. The chair will forgive you. Forgetting someone's name might seem minor, but it can make people feel unimportant. According to memory expert Dr. Richard Harris, associating names with visual imagery or repeating them in conversation helps embed them in your memory. Think about it. If someone calls you by the wrong name, it's like they just threw your identity out the window. Don't be that person. Tip: when meeting someone new, repeat their name and link it to a mental image or rhyme. For example, Sarah, who loves salsa, or Tom in a tie. Trust me, it works, and it's fun. And if all else fails, you can always call everyone buddy. Just kidding. But seriously, make an effort to remember names. Talking only about yourself is a surefire way to lose people's interest. A study from Harvard University revealed that talking about yourself activates the brain's reward system, which is why it's tempting. But overdoing it can alienate others. Nobody wants to feel like they're an extra in the movie of your life. Share the spotlight. It's a conversation, not a monologue. Tip: follow the 70-30 rule. Listen 70% of the time and talk 30%. Use open-ended questions to encourage others to share their thoughts. It's like being a detective, but for interesting stories. And remember, if you find yourself talking to the mirror, it might be time to let someone else get a word in. Enthusiasm is contagious. If you're not excited about what you're saying, why should anyone else be? According to research from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, people are more likely to connect with those who express genuine enthusiasm and positivity. If you talk like a robot on its last battery bar, don't be surprised when people check out. Bring some energy. Pretend you just found out you won free pizza for life. Tip: smile, use expressive gestures, and vary your tone to keep people engaged. Practice speaking about topics you're passionate about to naturally convey excitement. And remember, you're not a human sloth, so don't act like one. So, there you have it. 10 subconscious things you might be doing that make others ignore you. Awareness is the first step to change, and with these tips, you can turn things around. Which of these habits surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that helps you thrive in life and relationships. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Finally, time to relax and stop overthinking. Until the next video.